lesson. Okay, that should be the final result of that, but actually really getting into what makes a good lesson, what makes an outstanding lesson, and giving you the tools by which you can judge parts of that lesson as well. So right at the outset, okay, we'll have a conversation. I would have done this badly if you talked less than me, so I'm promising you quality time to talk to your neighbours, get used to them now. Okay, much better than Facebook, tweeting, okay, real people sitting next to you. So enjoy the afternoon, see a real teacher, teach real pupils, and then talk as professionals about what did we see, what was the effectiveness of that technique. So Andy Swaller was here, lead inspector, and say, remember progress, depth of understanding, and numbers of pupils again. But we'll tease out aspects of those once the lesson has been taught and we get that quality time at the end. I'm going to say we'll start straight over to Jim. Over to yourself. Okay.
Right, so first of all, pretend this is like every other lesson where I normally have a microphone, perfectly natural, you're good. So my first question for you guys is that word up there, calculate. Does anyone know what that word calculate actually means? It doesn't matter if not, because that's going to be the first thing we learn. Okay, so basically calculate, excuse me. It means the same thing as evaluate, it's the same thing as that, and it means perform the sum and get a numerical answer. So, our starter today, you're going to be doing a choice of your questions. You can either choose the easier ones, which are going to be adding and subtracting decimals, or you can choose some harder ones, which are going to be multiplying decimals, and there's a couple of division questions in there, because Mr. Candola said you're a little bit dodgy with them. So we'll have a test of that. So it's completely your choice, go for the easier questions or go for the harder questions. Okay, and I'll be coming around and seeing how you're doing. Have a go. You've got 5 minutes. Have a go. Good choice. Hard kids like it. Hard kids. Goes with it. Easy. Harder. Easy. Many methods, these guys, so let's see if we can, if need be, column addition, column subtraction. for one more minute, guys. Just warm me up a little bit here, so one more minute. Folks, finish up 10 seconds, finish up whichever one you're on. I'll do you, 10 seconds. Right folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the answers up there. What I'd like to do is mark your own, see how you did. I'm going to ask you in a second about 1 to 5 fingers, just to give me a scale of how you've done. So if you can mark those, take about 20 seconds, quick scan please. Hopefully I've not made any mistakes, it's going to happen. Okay, so what I'd like to do with these guys is 5 fingers are going to tell me that you pushed yourself, you tried something difficult, and you feel you achieved something really good with 5 fingers. 3 fingers means you kept it really, really sort of like safe. Yeah, you were good enough to try the harder questions, but you stuck to easy, you did them well. 1 finger is you're not really confident with decimals, and it's not a problem, it just means myself as a learner have to do more work on it. Okay, so quick catch of hands, 1 to 5, just so I've got an idea of where we're up to. Good, a couple of 5s, I'm loving that guys. A few 3s, okay, so we just need to push ourselves out a little bit more and try some more hands down guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so today's lesson, you don't need to copy this down today, we're trying to save a bit of time, make it a short lesson, is to know what scattergraph is used for and to be able to plot and interpret scattergraphs. Okay, so it's a quick sort of lesson, short unusual lesson with those 2 objectives in mind. Okay, now you might have seen scattergraphs before, right at the beginning of year 7 when we're doing our transition stuff. We haven't seen it at all this year, so hopefully this is quite a good sort of step in the right direction for you. So, I've got some stuff that I found on the internet. Okay, I had a quick search through the internet. Put all pens down for a moment, guys, just when they're all listening. Cheers, thank you. I had a quick look through search of the internet and found these 4 sort of headlines around. Now, the first one. Scientists say drinking beer will not lead to a beer ban. I'm very, very pleased to hear that because this might get a bit larger than this. Does the MMR jab cause autism? Are those 2 things linked? Cell phones cause brain cancer. Okay, scientists are warning us that. And the most important one, the one I'm most amused by, true fact, it's not just a fact, it's a true fact, that the lack of pirates is causing global warming. Okay, these are all claims that various different scientists across the internet to one degree or another have claims. Okay? And that's kind of the point, is that it would be really, really nice to know when things are actually linked. Okay? Is it true that global warming is being caused by pirates, or the lack thereof? Okay? Is it true that using a cell phone too much can actually have negative side effects? I'm sure parents would be interested in that message. Okay? So today's topic, scattergraphs, the purpose of them is to actually find if there is a connection between 2 things. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys to do a quick activity, a think, pair, share, just to remind you guys how it works. The think section, you're going to think on your own for about 30 seconds to a minute, I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, and you won't talk to anyone else, you'll just think to yourself the answer to the question. Pair, you're going to talk to the person next to you, or since we're actually in groups today, you can talk to the group as a whole, that's fine with me today. And then, I'm going to pick on some of you guys to share with the rest of us. Okay, so quick think, pair, share, and your question is the following. Okay, do you think there might be a connection between the following variables? If so, what do you think the connection is? You have 3 sets of variables there. You've got the age of the car and the cost of the car, so think, are they related? How many letters are in your name and how good you are at maths? And the temperature and how many ice creams are sold in a shop on a particular day. So, think to yourself, 30 seconds, do you think there's a connection between those things? No talk. Probably doesn't need 30 seconds, but the trickier question, If so, what do you think the connection is? Right, this is where you guys are going to talk for about a minute. Talk in your group, see if you come to some agreement. I'm going to pick some people at random. I say at random, I'm just going to pick you. Okay, to give me some answers. So, talk amongst yourselves, see if you agree with one another. Go. Let's go a bit longer than my minute plan, guys, but let's go for just 20 seconds, then we'll stop. Okay, 20 more seconds, keep talking. Okay guys, so if I can have your attention back over towards me, thanks. So, let's go for Alan, what do you reckon?
The first one, it is because nowadays the car when you buy it brand new, it's obviously going to cost more. But if you buy a car that's really old, it's going to be cheap.
Okay, so generally, I think most groups that I've talked to said that there was a relationship, that was really well explained, thank you very much. That the age of the car does make a difference because normally new cars cost quite a lot and old cars tend to cost a bit less. But a few of you groups pointed out something important. What did you think?
Basically, if the car's like big or something, like if it's nice and cool, it might not be done as well.
Okay, what we're aiming for there, and you got the idea there, is that sometimes like vintage cars can push us into that next of like being really expensive again. But we think there might be a relationship between those two things. What about, let's go for Amara, what do you guys reckon about how many letters are in the name and how good you are at maths?
I do think that it has something in common because just because you have a longer name or something that you're going to be good at maths.
Brilliant, so there's no correlation, there's no pattern there connecting those two things together. Okay, you might have a really, really long name and be really, really bad at maths or the other way around, because there's no pattern there. Okay, temperature and having ice